Part 263. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2621. Chapter 2621. It's like being hit in the head. Including the works he designed, I have never seen them again. Many people think that Mr. S may be a fictional person at all, so slowly, he has become a legend. But now, the legendary person has appeared again. Since the work you are wearing is designed by him, it means that this person does exist. But you said that the jewelry was given by Mr. Mo, and you don't know anything. It seems that the only person who knows the whereabouts of Mr. S is Mr. Mo. Maybe Xiao Mian slowly recovered from the shock. Although she still had many questions in her heart, she decided to wait until the party was over before asking Mo Yesi for clarification. Mr. Mo, can you tell us what's going on with Mr. S now? The reporter wandered around for a long time and finally asked about the ultimate purpose. I don't know what the situation is, so I can't promise you for him. But I will convey your words and ask for his opinion. If he thinks it's okay, I'm willing to tell you. The evening is about to begin, please give way. Asterisk. Infield. Songfei, who has been scrolling through Weibo, saw the Weibo post that Kpiao Mian was wearing tonight. After reading Weibo, Songfei felt bad all over. She was originally very proud and thought she had won, but she felt like she had been hit in the head. It's still a hard blow. I knocked them all unconscious immediately. She opened her eyes wide and read the popular science Weibo over and over again. Read every word carefully. After confirming again and again that she had not seen it wrong, her face became even more ugly. Her eyes were fixed on the screen of her mobile phone, as if she wanted to make a hole in the screen. How can it be? That skirt on Xiao Mian's body was designed by Smith Allen? The jewelry she is wearing is designed by Mr. S? How is this possible? Let's not talk about Smith Allen, let's talk about the Mr. S who only exists in legend. Hasn't this person disappeared for a long time? Didn't he never design jewelry for anyone? Why did it appear again now? He also designed a set of such beautiful blue diamond jewelry for Xiao Mian. This moment. Songfei was so proud of herself before that her C-brand high-end evening dress, which she thought she had a lot of advantages in, seemed to lose its flavor all of a sudden. All sense of superiority was gone at once. Songfei is like a full inflated balloon. When someone pokes it with a needle, her whole body deflates all of a sudden. She thought that she would be the one who attracted the most attention tonight and was the most beautiful one. It was originally like this. If it weren't for Xiao Mian's appearance. Just a moment ago, she was still firmly occupying the #1 hot search spot on Weibo. Seedma.com and C-Brand's most beautiful encounter hashtag. Golden Globe Awards red carpet best dressed Songfei hashtag. Number. She dominated several hot searches with her C-Brand high-end clothing. She was in the limelight for a while. Even top-level artists like Shenfei and others were overpowered by her. Seeing her popularity, no one could compare with her. Beyond, she has become the topic queen tonight. But as soon as Xiao Mian appeared, the popularity indicator on Weibo immediately changed. Songfei, the so-called queen of topic, was quickly replaced by Xiao Mian before she had been in the first place for 10 minutes. All topics about her were replaced by Xiao Mian. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2622. Chapter 2622 attracted everyone's attention. Angamian is so beautiful in a starry sky dress hashtag. Xiao Mian hashtag. Hashtag Mr. S hashtag. Smith Allen Xiao Mian hashtag. Hashtag the best dressed winner on the red carpet tonight is freshly announced hashtag. Songfei saw that the hot search column was all Xiao Mian's name, and she was so angry that she bit her lip. At this moment, she and her fans actually have the same idea. They all felt that Xiao Mian did it on purpose. Xiao Mian must have known about those things on Weibo, so she deliberately responded to her in this way. But did she think that this would count as a win? She didn't believe that Smith Allen's skirt, which was limited to 2 pieces worldwide, could really be given to Xiao Mian. She even didn't believe that Mr. S, who only existed in legends, could design jewelry for Xiao Mian. Who knows if this is a lie that Xiao Mian told to earn face? Is it what she said? Most of the netizens are uninformed and easy to deceive, and they took her words seriously. But she, Songfei, is by no means easy to fool. Since she, Xiao Mian, dared to fool people in this way and stole her popularity so shamelessly, don't blame her for exposing her lies to her face. Let her be proud for a while now. The more proud she becomes, the more painful she will fall when her lies are exposed. While Songfei was thinking this, she caught sight of a shining blue figure from the corner of her eye. She turned her head and saw that the blue figure was Xiao Mian who had just walked into the infield. The hostility in her eyes suddenly showed out uncontrollably. Because of Xiao Mian's appearance, everyone's attention was instantly attracted. Except for Songfei, everyone in the court turned their heads and looked in the same direction. Sat next to Songfei was a male artist of similar status to her. He is also a young talent. He has just debuted and is in a semi-famous state. Songfei clearly saw that the little girl who was immersed in playing games stopped playing, and her eyes fell on Xiao Mian. The surprise in Xiao Xian's eyes was clear. That slightly obsessed and eccentric look is like that of a young man with no knowledge. But after entering the entertainment industry, who has seen less handsome men and beautiful women? But under such circumstances, Xiaoxian Rou still lost his mind looking at a woman. This can only show that that woman is too beautiful. Even in the entertainment industry where there are countless handsome men and beautiful women, she is still stunningly beautiful. After Songfei successfully underwent plastic surgery, several male artists courted her, and with all the compliments from her fans, she always felt that she was invincible in beauty. But no male artist has ever looked at her the way he looked at Xiao Mian. She was sitting next to Xiaoxian Rou. But Xiaoxian Rou had been playing games just now and didn't even look at her. She also felt that this young guy knew the rules and sense of propriety, so she would not look randomly at female artists. But the appearance of Xiao Mian obviously slapped her in the face. The little girl who hadn't even glanced at her was staring at another female artist infatuatedly at this moment. This shows what? It means that it's not Xiaoxian Rou's rules, but that he feels that the person sitting next to him doesn't interest him much. Thinking of this, Songfei, who has always felt that she is invincible in beauty and very popular with the opposite sex, is not willing to accept this fact. She pursed her lips and used her peripheral vision to glance at the other male artists around her who had almost the same reaction. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2623. Chapter 2623, it's very expensive at first glance. Even if not everyone looked at Xiao Mian with fascinated eyes. But their eyes and faces were full of surprise. Obviously, they all think Xiao Mian is very beautiful. Songfei even heard someone sighing, Xiao Mian's appearance is really nothing to say. Well, it's rare in the circle. No wonder she can marry the president of the Mo family. If she hadn't been married, and if I were 10 years younger, I would have wanted to pursue her. The speakers were 2 male artists. The greatest recognition of a woman's appearance comes from men. After all, opposites attract. If a woman looks good looking to all men, she is definitely good looking. Songfei was still vomiting the little fresh meat next to her. After hearing the conversation between the two male artists, she felt that her heart was getting more and more uncomfortable. What makes her even more uncomfortable is, at this moment, even she had to admit that Jiao Mian was indeed pretty. That face, whether natural or plastic surgery, is undoubtedly good looking. What's more, she herself had undergone plastic surgery, so she actually knew in her heart whether Jiao Mian had plastic surgery. That blue starry sky skirt, when I look at the picture, I feel it is very beautiful. But when I actually saw it in reality, I realized how big the gap was between the picture and the real thing. Because the real thing looks more than 3 times better than the picture. The moment Jiao Mian walked into the court wearing that sparkling starry sky skirt, everyone's eyes could not help but be attracted to her. Including Songfei herself. Even though she was not convinced in various ways. But he can still involuntarily cast his eyes on that sparkling blue figure. When Songfei saw the actual skirt, she knew that the skirt must be real. No matter how good the imitation is, it cannot produce such an effect. She was convinced that Jiao Mian was lying, but her mood suddenly became complicated. She was still thinking about how to expose Jiao Mian's lies and make Jiao Mian embarrassed in front of everyone. But now she suddenly realized that maybe Jiao Mian was not lying. At this moment, Songfei could not help but feel a trace of jealousy in her heart. She first stared at Jiao Mian's skirt with a dark face, then turned to stare at the equally sparkling blue diamond jewelry on her body. That set of jewelry. It looks very expensive at first glance. No one who has seen the real thing will think it is a high imitation. Because no matter how good the imitation is, it cannot produce the same material and craftsmanship. Although Songfei is a grassroots artist with a talent show background, she has gained a lot of knowledge after working with her funder. So you can still identify the difference between genuine products and high imitations. But when she felt all kinds of discomfort and jealousy in her heart, she heard 2 female artists whispering, "I just saw someone on Weibo saying that the blue suit Jiao Mian was wearing, the cost of diamond jewelry alone is hundreds of millions, and if the designer is Mr. S, it will be worth at least 1 billion. Well, blue diamonds are inherently rare. Look at the pendant on her necklace. It's such a large piece of extremely pure blue diamond that you can't find many in the world. I've seen a blue diamond being auctioned at an auction before. Not as big as her pendant, and the color of the diamond is not that beautiful, the bidding price is 100 million. It is indeed very expensive. But for her, it should be okay. Her husband is the president of the Mo family. Not to mention 1 billion, even 10 billion can be easily spent. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2624. Chapter 2624. She doesn't need to worry about anything at all. Yes, the Mo family is as rich as the country, and the most indispensable thing is money. And Mo Yesi has always doted on her. Every time something happens to her, he will come forward to help her settle it. Jiao Mian's life is really good, she is married, she has such a good husband. If I were her, I would just stay at home and be the wife of a wealthy family. I wouldn't come to the entertainment industry and suffer. This shows that she really likes to be an actress. Otherwise, there is no shortage of money, so she would not be in this profession. There is too much right and wrong in this circle, and it is too easy to be jealous. But she is not afraid, behind her but she has 2 big backers, the Bai family and the Mo family. No matter what happens, there are people to help her settle it. Speaking of which, what do you think Songfei thinks? Doesn't she know Jiao Mian's background and dare to provoke her? The discussion volume gradually became quieter. The 2 female artists who spoke must have had some scruples and deliberately lowered their voices. But Songfei still heard it. The 2 female artists just talked about her. Songfei pursed her lips and her face darkened. These people seem to be a little worried about Jiao Mian, and they are very cautious when talking about Jiao Mian. Of course Songfei knew what they were afraid of. What they are afraid of is the two major backers behind Jiao Mian. The Bai family and the Mahist family. Songfei knew how powerful the Bai family and the Mo family were, and she was not afraid of them at all. It's just that she is a college student who hasn't left school yet, and she doesn't have a clear understanding of the power of the Bai family and the Mo family. She always feels a little ignorant and feels that no matter how powerful the Bai family and the Mo family are, they can't do whatever they want to her. Feeling that other people's fears are too exaggerated. Feeling that others are afraid, she is not afraid. To put it bluntly, I still have some secondary thoughts and always feel that I am the one who is different. So when she heard the two female artists talking about her, the Bai family and the Mo family, she didn't take it seriously, and she never thought about the consequences of provoking Jiao Mian this time. Her sponsor is the boss of her brokerage company. She has so many fans. As long as her sponsors are willing to continue to support her, as long as her fans are willing to continue to support her, what can Jiao Mian do to her? Is it possible that she can still be asked to quit the entertainment industry? No matter how rich and powerful the Bai family and the Mo family are, they still have no final say in the entertainment industry. She has tens of millions of fans. If the Bai family and the Mo family really use their power to bully others, she can just let her fans make the matter bigger and stir up public opinion in her favor. Most of the people sympathize with the weak side, not to mention that there are still many people hate the rich. At that time, most people will definitely be facing her. There won't be many supporters on Jiao Mian's side. As long as things get serious, the Mo family and the Bai family will not dare to attack her openly. Unless, they don't care about any public opinion. But such a famous family is the most concerned about face and cares most about what others think of them. So, she doesn't need to worry about anything at all. Songfei was thinking very well at this time. But she never thought about it. She was thinking about the Mo family and the Bai family in her own way of thinking. She cared about public opinion, so she felt that others were the same as her. But the fact is that whether it is the Bai family or the Mo family, if they protect their shortcomings, public opinion will be nothing to them. Especially Mo Yesi. As long as everyone around him knows him. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2625. Chapter 2625. Are you ready to respond? Who doesn't know that he is a wife-protecting demon? For Jiao Mian, he could even risk his own life. Public opinion means nothing to him. Songfei is not worried about her future situation, nor is she worried about what Jiao Mian will do to her. She is just jealous of Jiao Mian now. She stared at the set of blue diamond jewelry that was said to be worth over 1 billion, thinking about how beautiful that set of jewelry would be if she wore it. Her jewelry tonight is considered very good. It was also sponsored by a luxury brand and was worth more than 50 million. Along the way, she was careful, for fear of bumping into each other. After all, the jewelry has to be sent back after the party is over. If anything goes wrong, she will have to pay for it. More than 50 million is a huge amount of money for her who just debuted. She has not received many endorsements so far, and the company's commissions are high. Her total net worth is less than 50 million. The first time she wore tens of millions of dollars worth of jewelry, she felt that her worth was much higher, and she felt complacent about it for a long time. But now, those initial feelings of superiority were completely shattered in front of Jiao Mian. Her 50 million pieces of jewelry were borrowed. But the set of jewelry that Jiao Mian wore was worth more than 1 billion, but it was a gift given to her by her husband. That set of jewelry belongs entirely to her. She might not make 1 billion in her lifetime. but Jiao Mian was able to wear billions of jewelry on her body so casually. At this moment, Song Fei could clearly experience the gap between her and Jiao Mian. I also clearly felt the difference between a wealthy young lady working in the entertainment industry and an ordinary person like her working in the entertainment industry. She couldn't help showing jealousy in her eyes, and she couldn't help but wonder why she didn't have such a good life. If she could also marry a very rich husband. At this time, Jiao Mian, who was greeting Shen Fei just now, suddenly raised her head and looked straight at Song Fei. Before Song Fei could hold back the jealousy and hostility in her eyes, she met Jiao Mian's sudden glance. The four eyes face each other. The smile on Jiao Mian's lips that she had just greeted Shen Fei was still there, but her eyes were cold. That cold gaze seemed to have been tempered with ice, and in an instant, Song Fei felt a chill. Song Fei was stunned for a moment, and then panicked for a few seconds. When she realized that she actually felt fear when she looked at Jiao Mian and showed timidity, she immediately glared at Jiao Mian in embarrassment. Then he raised his chin, straightened his chest, and glared at Jiao Mian again not to be outdone. Facing her provocation, Jiao Mian raised the corners of her lips and smiled again. Then he held up his skirt and walked towards Song Fei step by step. Jiao Mian's move once again caught the attention of everyone present. People around her raised their heads and looked at her, and then at Song Fei who was sitting there, with the mentality of watching a good show. Obviously, they had already gossiped about the feud between fans of Song Fei and Jiao Mian on Weibo before the party officially started. There is also Song Fei's obviously provocative thumbs up. There is no response from Jiao Mian on Weibo yet. Now, are you ready to respond? There won't be a live fight, right? That would be really fun to watch. When Song Fei noticed that Jiao Mian was actually walking towards her, she was stunned and subconsciously tightened her hand hanging by her side. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2626. Chapter 2626. Isn't this Jiao Mian a fool? Jiao Mian walked up to her. She was standing and Song Fei was sitting. Jiao Mian lowered her head and looked down at her. Song Fei was not willing to show weakness and looked at her, but for some reason, when Jiao Mian's cold gaze fell on her face, it was like a sharp knife edge slicing across her face, as if she was not paying attention. It would cut a deep on her face. She couldn't help but feel a little afraid. Even though she didn't want to show any shyness in front of Jiao Mian. But the reaction of her body is not up to her. Jiao Mian has been with Mo Yesi for a long time, and has learned Mo Yesi's eyes that can put pressure on people without saying a word. Even if you may only have learned 2 or 3 points. But using these 2 or 3 points to deal with ordinary people is enough. At this moment, Song Fei suppressed her aura to the point where she couldn't say a word. Miss Song Jiao Mian stared at Song Fei for a while, until she saw sweat coming out of Song Fei's forehead. She smiled and said, "I just saw Miss Song staring at me, thinking did Miss Song have something to say to me, so she came here." Song Fei. Is this Jiao Mian pretending to be stupid? She and her, what can we say to each other? I'm sorry if I meant it wrong. Jiao Mian smiled again, with a gentle voice. I really like listening to Miss Song's songs, so I hope Miss Song can get what she wants tonight. The party is about to start, I'm going to find my seat and talk back. Song Fei. Isn't this Jiao Mian a fool? He came here specially to tell her this? What does she mean? After Jiao Mian finished speaking, under the astonished gazes of Song Fei and the people around her, she turned around with her skirt in hand and went to find her place. Song Fei. The artists watching the fun. I thought there would be a good show, but no matter what, there was going to be a fight or something. This is the result. Let alone Song Fei, even the artists watching the show couldn't understand what Jiao Mian Mian meant. Does Jiao Mian Mian still not know what happened on Weibo? Otherwise, how could she greet Song Fei so calmly and even wish Song Fei win the award? Song Fei felt even more confused. She also thought that Jiao Mian Mian came to fight with her. She was even ready for a fight. Can result. She frowned and watched in confusion as Jiao Mian Mian walked to the front row and sat down. She thought about it again, and finally thought that Jiao Mian Mian should have come to her to make peace. Jiao Mian Mian must be scared. Having seen the power of her fans, I didn't want to make the matter bigger, so I came here specifically to please her, hoping that she could make the fans stop. That's certainly the case. Jiao Mian Mian was just scared. Thinking of this, Song Fei's fear of Jiao Mian Mian disappeared immediately, and was replaced by her superiority and arrogance that had grown again. The corners of her lips curled up proudly. Ah! What about Mr. Mo's CEO's wife? It's not like I bowed my head to her. As soon as she swelled, she inevitably became arrogant again, and her arrogance got carried away again. She picked up her phone and privately chatted with several managers in her group. You guys go and buy the hot search for Jiao Mian Mian wearing high imitations. I want everyone to know that what she is wearing tonight are all fakes. Well, let's focus on her wearing fake goods. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2627. Chapter 2627, deliberately digging a hole for her to jump into. Now, of course Song Fei knows that what Jiao Mian Mian is wearing is not a fake. But so what? As long as netizens believe that what she wears are high imitations, that will be enough. So tonight, it is impossible for Jiao Mian Mian to steal her limelight. She is still the most beautiful one. Asterisk. As soon as Jiao Mian Mian sat down, she received a WeChat message from Linda. Linda, which one were you playing just now? I did not understand. Jiao Mian Mian pursed her lips and smiled, replying, I just wanted her to fall more painfully. The prouder she is now, the more painful the fall will be. By the way, have you kept all the evidence I asked you to keep? Linda, well, don't worry, none of her leading fans can escape. Jiao Mian Mian clicked on the screen, wanting to reply to something else, but found that the party was about to start. The hosts, all dressed up in costumes, both walked onto the stage. She was sitting in the front row and couldn't play with her phone anymore. After muting the phone, she put her phone back in her bag. The two hosts are both famous speakers known as the masters in the hosting industry, and they controlled the atmosphere of the party very well. There were a lot of witty remarks on the stage, and there was a lot of laughter in the audience. Halfway through the program, the Best Supporting Actress of the Year, Best Supporting Actor, including the most popular TV series of the year, and Best Script Writing awards have all been awarded. With its extremely high ratings and discussion, If You Can't Love won the award for the most popular TV series of the year without any suspense. Director Bai Yusheng also easily won the Best Director award for this TV series. Bai Yusheng did not come to the scene because of something else. The person who came on stage to help him receive the award was his sister Jiao Mian Mian. Jiao Mian Mian stood on the stage lively, the beam of light above her head hit her obliquely, and the diamonds on her starlight skirt reflected the dazzling light. She took the microphone from the host, and when she smiled sweetly, the people below felt as if they had seen a fairy. Even the female host next to her was stunned by her sweet smile. After a few seconds, the hostess reacted and continued her question, Ms. Jiao, could you please tell me why Director Bai can't come to the scene today? Before Jiao Mian Mian attended the party, Bai Yusheng called her. The general idea is to tell her that if he wins the award, let her help him receive it. As for why he couldn't come, of course Jiao Mian knew the reason, but it was not convenient to say the reason. She can't tell everyone that her brother chased a woman abroad and can't come back. Jiao Mian was silent for a few seconds, and then said with a smile, "Director Bai sprained his foot a few days ago and was unable to land. The doctor said he needs to rest at home for a month to recover." "So that's it." The host nodded and did not continue the topic. Instead, he changed the topic and asked, "So far, the TV series If You Can't Love starring you has won 2 awards. I know that you and Shin Han were nominated for the Best Actor and Best Actress of the Year respectively for this TV series, and the audience has high expectations for you. I want to know, how high do you think you are to win the award? Did you ever think you would win an award?" This question is asked. I don't know if the host deliberately dug a hole for her to jump into. Jiao Mian knew very well that if she couldn't answer this kind of question well, she might be blackmailed again. She thought for a while and then replied, "As a newcomer, I am very satisfied to be nominated." But the host seemed unwilling to let her go, and asked, "Then you have never thought that since you have been nominated, you also hope to win the award? You have not been looking forward to this?" End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2628. Chapter 2628. This award is also highly anticipated. Jiao Mian was stunned for a moment, then raised her head and looked at the female host who asked the question. If she had just thought that the female host might not have thought too much for a while, that's why she asked such an embarrassing question. Then now, she was already sure that the female host was deliberately trying to embarrass her. I deliberately dug a hole for her to jump into. It's not that low in emotional intelligence. This female host is well known in the industry for her high emotional intelligence, and she will never make such low-level mistakes again and again. So there is only one possibility. She did it on purpose. Jiao Mian felt a little baffled. She has never had any dealings with this female host before. Where does this inexplicable hostility come from? The female host met her gaze, still smiling, talking, and well-educated. Her voice was also gentle and soft. Mian, can you tell everyone what you are thinking? Everyone is very curious." Jiao Mian. It seems to me that you are the only one who is curious. She has shown her character. This female host is very determined not to give up until she achieves her goal. If Jiao Mian continues to avoid this question, she might continue to ask more questions. After thinking about it, Jiao Mian raised a smile on her lips, then turned her head to look at the audience, and replied openly, "If I must give an answer, I haven't thought about it. The 3 shortlisted with me this time, the seniors, are all very good seniors, and I have seen their works, and I know where the gap is between me and them. I feel very honored to be nominated together with the seniors. In the future, I will follow the 3 seniors as examples and learn from them. I have always believed that if I want to be recognized by others, there is no other way than working hard to improve my own strength. Other shortcuts. Before you get the approval of others, you must first get your own approval. My current strength is indeed not enough, but I will work hard to improve myself when that day comes. If I face the same problem again, I believe I can confidently say that I have thought about it." After she finished speaking, there was a round of applause from the audience. The smile on the face of the female host who asked the question froze for a few seconds. Obviously, Jiao Mian's answer was something the female host did not expect. Really, but the female host was a professional after all, and she quickly returned to normal. The expression on her face became elegant and approachable again. It seems that Mian is really a very humble person. Then I hope you will get what you want in the future. Thank you. Jiao Mian also thanked her generously. After helping Bai Yisheng receive the award, Jiao Mian walked off the stage with the trophy in hand. The next award is for the Best Actress of the Year. as one of the nominees. Chiao Mian behaved very calmly from the moment she appeared on the big screen with other nominees to the time when the award presenter announced who the winner was. Without any expectations. There was no disappointment either. Because she knew from the beginning that she would not be able to win the award. So if there are no expectations, there will be no disappointment. The winner is Shenfei. There is almost no suspense that Shenfei will win the award. This award is also highly anticipated. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2629. Chapter 2629. I saw the WeChat message she sent but didn't reply. After all, Shenfei's strength is there. If she wins the award, no one will think she is not qualified. If Chiao Mian wins the award, it is estimated that she will be sprayed to death by countless spittle stars. Linda was sitting in the back row and was worried that she would be sad, so she sent her a WeChat message to comfort her. Linda, honey, we are not sad. We didn't get the prize this time. We will get it next time. You are still young and there will be many opportunities in the future. Chiao Mian felt a little funny when she saw this piece of comfort, and felt warm in her heart. She was really not sad at all. She sent Mo Yesi a WeChat message an hour ago. She didn't know what happened. He usually replied to her instantly, but Mo Yesi, who responded quickly, had not replied to her WeChat message this time. Even if he is usually very busy, he has never replied to her WeChat message for so long. Even during meetings. He will also find time to get back to her. Chiao Mian felt a little worried, so she sent him another message. Chiao Mian, what are you doing? I sent it via WeChat and waited for a few minutes, but Mo Yesi still didn't reply. Chiao Mian frowned. She feels something is wrong. Not normal at all. She was really worried, so she picked up her phone and got up as an excuse to go to the bathroom. Asterisk. Arrived at the bathroom. Chiao Mian immediately called Mo Yesi. After 3 rings, the call was connected. Hello, Mo Yesi, where are you? Chiao Mian asked immediately after the call. Baby, I'm outside. Aren't you attending an awards show? Why do you still have time to call me? Hearing his voice, Chiao Mian's hanging heart returned to its original position, and she finally breathed a sigh of relief. But while he was relieved, he was also a little angry. She bit the corner of her lip to hold back the little irritability in her heart. Did you see the WeChat message I sent you? Why didn't you reply? WeChat, well, I saw it. Chiao Mian. I saw the WeChat message she sent but didn't reply. Made her worry that something had happened to him. Before making this call, countless possibilities flashed through her mind, and she almost scared herself to death. Although she also knew that nothing would happen. If there was anything, Wei Zheng must have called her long ago. But she will still be worried. She was really a little angry this time, and she no longer hid her emotions. She asked angrily, then why don't you reply to me? Baby, are you angry? The man didn't answer the question, and a low laugh came from the phone. Don't be angry yet, I can explain it to you. Okay, Chiao Mian snorted from her nose, explain it? Why don't you reply to my WeChat message? After a few seconds of silence on Mo Yesi's side, a voice with a deep smile came into her ears. I didn't mean it. I saw it when you sent me your first WeChat message, but at that time the phone had just the battery is out, so. What about the second item? Chiao Mian would not let him go so easily. Your phone has battery now, right? Did you see the WeChat message I just sent you? Well, I saw it, but when I was about to get back to you, you called me. Chiao Mian. What about the first one? Your phone ran out of battery later, why didn't you reply to me? I thought you were at the party, so you must have put your phone away, so I didn't reply. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2630. Chapter 2630, When Can You Pamper Me Too? Chiao Mian Mian. Is this your explanation? Well, that's my explanation. Baby, I really didn't mean not to reply to your WeChat message. But don't worry, I'll take care of everything you told me. The man's tone was coaxing and doting. As if he was afraid that she would be really angry, so he coaxed her like a child. He also meant to take credit, that little star named Faye actually dared to bully my baby. My husband will help you teach her a lesson and make her pay a heavy price. Don't worry, after tonight, tomorrow entertainment, there will no longer be this person in the circle. In the past, Chiao Mian Mian would still hesitate when Mo Yesi said which artist he wanted to ban. But this time, when she heard Mo Yesi say this, she didn't feel anything in her heart. Well, let's ban her, she said in an emotionless voice. I really don't want to see her in the entertainment industry anymore. The difference between this time and the past is that Songfei didn't touch her, but she dared to touch her fans. Chiao Mian Mian is also a protector of shortcomings at heart. How can this behavior be tolerated? But Mo Yesi was shocked when he heard what she said. Baby, what happened to you this time? She allowed her fans to bully my fans. Chiao Mian Mian still felt very angry when she thought of this incident. She couldn't help but file a complaint with Mo Yesi. Do you know how outrageous her fans are? They actually do human flesh. They even posted various insults on my fans on Weibo. I wasn't that angry when they spread rumors about me, but I had to vent my anger on my fans no matter what. Songfei was aware of the things her fans were doing, but she didn't stop them. If it weren't for her repeated connivance, her fans wouldn't have gone too far. People like her will bring bad things to children, so ban them, it's also a good thing. Mo Yesi listened to her angry words, chuckled, and said dotingly, you are very good to your fans. Of course, can I not pamper my fans? They have done a lot for me, Chiao Mian Mian replied naturally. Well, you pamper your fans so much, what about your husband? When he spoke again, the man couldn't help but have a bit of sourness in his tone, and said jealously, when can you pamper your husband too? I see how much you love your fans. More caring than me. No matter how much they do for you, how much can my husband do for you? Chiao Mian Mian. Why are you so jealous? This man is now even jealous of her fans. That's different. What's different? You are my husband, and they are my fans. So my husband is not as good as a fan. That was not what I meant. Then tell me, when can you pamper me? How do you want me to pamper you? I don't have any other requests. Tonight you. The man's voice gradually dropped, so low that Chiao Mian Mian could hardly hear it. But she heard everything clearly. With a boom, her face suddenly turned red, and heat was boiling on her face. She bit her lip, stretched out her hand to touch her hot cheek, and secretly complained in her heart, Mo Yesi is a gangster. I knew what else could be on his mind besides that. Humph, I won't tell you any more. I've been out for too long and it's time to return to the venue. Chiao Mian Mian directly avoided his request, pretending that she had heard nothing just now. End of this chapter.